Welcome back. Today we're diving into the intriguing and eerie story of Kris Kremers and Lisanne Froon. These two young women set off on a backpacking journey in Panama, but unfortunately, they mysteriously disappeared. Let's begin. A gap year is typically a carefree chance to explore the world and have a blast before settling into a job. That's exactly what Kris Kremers and Lisanne Froon had in mind after finishing their studies. These two young Dutch women graduated at the end of 2013, with Kris studying art education and Lisanne specializing in applied psychology. Both hailing from Amersfoort in Holland, the women found jobs at a local cafe in their hometown after university. It was during this time that they became friends and started planning their adventure abroad. They worked hard for the next 6 months, saving up enough money to turn their dream into reality. In March 2014, they were all set to depart from the Netherlands and begin their thrilling adventure in Panama. Their itinerary included exploring the country, doing volunteer work, and sightseeing. Additionally, the girls had planned to enhance their Spanish-speaking skills by teaching school children for a while. The initial days of their vacation went smoothly, as evidenced by the pictures taken during the first few weeks, which showed Kris and Lisanne having a great time. Prior to volunteering, they had planned several excursions and activities to keep themselves occupied. One day, they went on a hike through the dense forests of Panama with the intention of returning to their accommodation later that evening. It was supposed to be a relaxing day in the sun. Sadly, that day marked the end of Kris Kremers and Lisanne Froon's visibility. On the evening of April 1st, there was no sign of the pair, which was quite strange considering their dog had already made its way back. Kris and Lisanne's host family searched the local area, but couldn't find them anywhere. They decided to wait until morning before seeking help. The next day, on April 2nd, the girls were supposed to go on a tour of Boquete with a guide, but they never showed up. Worried locals then informed the Panamanian authorities. By April 3rd, detectives were searching the town and the surrounding forest areas, with the residents of Boquete joining in the effort. Despite everyone's best efforts, Kris Kremers and Lisanne Froon were nowhere to be found. Eventually, their parents and Dutch authorities flew to Panama on April 6th to conduct a thorough 10-day search of the forests surrounding the town. After 10 long weeks, the detectives in Panama were losing hope as the investigation seemed to be going nowhere. But then, out of nowhere, they received a crucial tip-off. The discovery of the backpack by the riverbank, made by a village woman, was quite puzzling. She promptly handed it over to the police, who were surprised to find various belongings of Kris Kremers and Lisanne Froon inside. These included sunglasses, water bottles, money, and passports, all in good condition. However, the most crucial clues were found in the girls' phones and camera. The fact that the backpack was found far away from where Kris and Lisanne were staying raised serious concerns. The police delved into the call logs of both phones to investigate the numbers dialed and the corresponding times. What they discovered was truly astonishing. Despite the girls' disappearance, the phones were still being used up until April 11th, a whole 10 days later. This revelation only heightened the worry. The emergency numbers, 911 for Panama and 112 for Holland, were dialed a staggering 77 times. The first call was made at 4:39 p.m., several hours after Kris and Lisanne had embarked on their walk. The police were prompted to search the nearby area after discovering the backpack. They soon found Kris Kremers' clothes, folded suspiciously by the river, not too far from where the backpack was found. In the following months, a much more horrifying discovery was made. Detectives came across a hiking boot near the backpack, which still contained a person's foot and leg bones. They also found a pelvic bone in the vicinity. DNA tests confirmed the worst fears of everyone involved, as the remains were indeed identified as Kris Kremers and Lisanne Froon. Surprisingly, Froon's bones still had some flesh on them, while Kremers' bones appeared to be mysteriously bleached. Naturally, everyone was left wondering how this could have happened. It was a tragic end to what should have been a happy occasion, and several theories about the cause of death have emerged. What do you think? Share your thoughts in the comments section.